So at See Her Go, we look for amazing mentors and we help girls access mentors like yourself. But when you were our age, who motivated you? What pushed you to apply to Phillips and get out of Hawaii so that you could find better opportunities and live a better life?
I think my parents, for children, parents are probably your biggest role model. And my parents, even though we didn't have a lot of money, my parents had really good values. And my mom pretty much raised us on her own in Hawaii because my parents were divorced, and so she really impressed upon me the need to work hard and the need to take risks and to not be afraid to fail. And so I would say it started there, but along the way there are so many people, men and women, who inspired me, people who I worked with at companies, partners that I, as an associate in a law firm, worked for, women partners who, I saw them juggling family and work, which is something that everyone, not just women, everyone struggles with, but I think that, women tend to focus on it or in terms of each other and what we can do to help each other more because I think women end up feeling like they're responsible for the family primarily, and then when you work you add a layer of complexity there. And so watching other women work, watching women, having women in the workplace, I think is really, really important. And because of that, it was really important for me to stay in the workplace. Some women decide once they have a family to come out of the workplace, and that's fine, but I felt like over the years I was really inspired by the women who worked and somehow managed to have some sort of balance, and so I think that was very inspirational too.
I agree.
Do you think that you would have done anything differently throughout your journey if even just to get to where you are today? Would you do anything differently along the way, or yeah?
Yeah, would I do anything differently? I don't think so. I mean, I think the hardest point for me came my junior year of high school when I was really big into judo, and I was a national champion in judo. And I had a choice that I had to make between training for the Olympics or going to school and going to Phillips Andover.
Wow.
And so that was, and the training for the Olympics was complicated because usually if you're in Hawaii, you'd go to Japan. So I'd have to go to a different country. But the deciding factor was, at the time, judo for women was not a sanctioned sport. It was just an exhibition sport. So I thought long and hard about it because it was a very special opportunity, but I have no regrets choosing to go to school. I think that, my parents instilled in me that education is the most important thing, and I believed that, and I still believe that, but that was a unique opportunity. So I wouldn't say I would ever change that, but that was definitely a hard one.
Wow.
It was a hard one for me. But I'm glad that I did what I did because, sports is great, but a career lasts a lifetime. And even sports careers don't last a lifetime, even if you are a professional player and you get paid millions of dollars. So it was important for me to be realistic at that point. If it were today and judo is a real sport in the Olympics, I would probably make the same choice. So I can say that.
Do you think you learned a lot of valuable lessons from judo that you apply now in your life and when you were off at college?
And that goes into like athletics in general.
Definitely. Having a killer instinct, and I don't mean that in a bad way, it doesn't mean you hurt your opponent, but you have to have, what my coaches called the eye of the tiger. You have to be able to get in there and really work and push and sort of have super hyper focus on your goal, whether it's to beat your opponent or to whatever it is if in life, a business goal. And so, I think that's really that was really important. And I would say just the competition. no matter what you do in life, you are going to be competing with people. And I think it's important to find what works and what doesn't work. And I think it's important to have a sense of who you are and to compete at the highest level that you can, but with grace. I think it's important, to have good sportsmanship. And I think it's important to not try to hurt people. That being said, there's a fine line there, and you have to have that inner fire, and that if you can find that within you, everybody has it. It just comes out in different ways. And you're scoring 100 baskets, maybe your way. 100 points, you're making all kinds of great scores on the court. That might be your way. For Ashlyn, it might be mentoring the younger students on the team and getting them to exceed their goals. It doesn't have to all be the same, but you need to find it within you, and then that'll serve. If you can do that, it'll serve you for the rest of your life, because you will be competing. Competition is it's a part of life.